Hi, I'm Todd Hoffman. I'm the Supervisor of Adult Workforce here at Eastland-Fairfield Career and Technical Schools. I'm going to give you a tour of our Fairfield Career Center location here in Fairfield County, just close to Lancaster, Ohio. This is our main entrance for our medical wing. So both our adult medical and dental students enter this wing for their lab work. So we have our badges for security reasons. All of our students must scan badge in before they enter the building. Once our students enter, they have to sign in for our COVID protocols. So they take their temperature, they sign in if they haven't had any symptoms. That's standard everyday procedure. So this is our medical assisting classroom and lab. And then just down the hall here is our dental assisting lab. You'll see our classroom that's on the other side of the building in a little bit.
Hi, welcome to Medical Assisting. I'm going to give you a tour of the classroom and laboratory. Come on back. If you come in here, this is set up for check-in area for patients. And students have the ability to use the resources in our Media Resource Center. We have our mission statement proudly hung on the wall so that students can know our core values. If you come on up front, you are going to see our first aid kit and our whiteboard. These were where the students do sit during lecture. Over here to your left, you are going to see our touchscreen TV that we utilize for demonstration on labeling body parts, anything of those sorts. I'm going to take you into the storage closet where you will find our laptop area for our students. Students are utilizing the laptops daily. We have a LMS system called Canvas that we utilize. If you come on in a little bit, you're going to see the storage unit. Everything is marked with not for human use, and this is locked every night and when nobody is in here as well, so that nothing will happen. If you come on over here to this way, you will see two students here that are actually practicing their suture removal. They've set up their sterile field. If we want to get any supplies out of the cabinets here, they are under lock and key. They are locked until needed to get into. You will see some supplies there. Once we are finished with those, we do lock those back up. This is our phlebotomy station work area for students to practice their draws on the mannequin arms. We have our phlebotomy station here where I keep track of our students' live sticks, the phlebotomy chair and supplies, along with our sharps container. You are going to be able to see our exam room that is set up for patient care. If you come on back out the door, you are going to see our lab area where we would be running our autoclave. We would be running urinalysis, strep throat test, and we have over here to my right the patient bathroom that we would send the patients into to get tested for their urinalysis. If you come on back out the laboratory area, this is my medical assisting office where I would counsel a student if need be. I have my first aid kit here. I also have one behind the door that I'll show you in just a second. And I have my vision and mission statement and our core values that we represent here at Eastland-Fairfield. We have our institution accreditation that we are proudly holding up there. And this is our first aid kit here behind the door that we would be able to utilize if need be. I'm going to turn it over here to a couple of my students so they can talk to you about their day as being a medical assistant.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Durkin and I am a medical assisting student. I chose this program because I want to make an impact in people's lives. I knew about the program from being here in high school. I like this program because it's very hands-on and I have very small classes and it's one-on-one. If you like small classrooms and are good at multitasking and really want to do something hands-on, you should come to Fairfield Career Center.
Thank you for taking the medical assisting tour here at Eastland-Fairfield Career and Technical Schools. I hope you enjoyed our portion of the classroom and the lab. Have a great day.
Hi, this is our back entrance to the Fairfield Career Center building. This lets our adult dental students in the back door here. Again, we try to keep the high school and adult traffic separate as possible. And we've got a classroom here that was close to a back entrance, so that's why we chose that classroom. So again, we have our badges that we scan in, so all of our students have access to certain doors close to their labs. We have, of course, our COVID sign-in that we're dealing with right now, so that's a typical procedure. They come in, take their temperature, sign in, sign that they don't have any symptoms before they can come on into the building. And again, the dental assisting classroom is just around the corner from the entrance. Again, we are limited in space in this facility, so we try to strategize as to where we put our adult programs. Dental shares the lab with the high school program, so they have to have a separate classroom that allows them to have class while high school is still in session. As you'll learn that once the high school lets out, then our adult students take over the lab space.
Hi, I am Jessi Hamilton. I am the Adult Dental Assisting Instructor for Eastland-Fairfield Career and Technical Schools. The Adult Dental Assisting program is at the Fairfield Career Center location. We are a shared program with the lab as far as sharing with the high school students. So we actually come to lab when high school students finish their day. So our program starts a little later in the day and ends a little later, but it does seem to work out well for our students. I graduated from this very program back in 2000. I've been in the dental industry now for 23 years. I started as a chairside assistant and worked my way through surgical and into office management and managed 2 very successful practices, and then decided I wanted to change. And then I looked to teaching to advance my career and to be able to give back to the industry that I love so much. I help work on Standard 2 for the COE accreditation. Come on into my lab. So right here, when you first walk in our dental assisting lab, you will notice that we have a reception area. Learning front office skills is a huge part of our dental assisting program, and it provides a better, well-rounded dental assistant for the industry. Come on in. This right here, walking in, is our storage facility. This is where we keep all of our extra supplies, things that we need on the fly. This year with our COVID stipulations, we do have some PPE, extra PPE that we keep on hand for students to be able to work safely with each other. On this side of the lab, this is where we do provide lecture in the lab setting on things that we are doing outside of the classroom. And so this is actually the side where we trim models, we pour alginates, we take impressions, we pour in stone and plaster, we create retainers, we create bleaching trays. We do a lot of hands-on skills for the dental assistant to be able to provide lab functions in the office. So we'll kind of take a tour around this. So this is an example of our students taking alginate impressions on their typodont and pouring them in stone. Once these alginate impressions are poured in stone, they set until they experience an exothermic reaction, which is when you lose the heat from the actual pour itself. After all of the models have set and they're ready to be trimmed, they come out looking somewhat like this. Then we can trim them up for patient presentation. And that is what Gwen is doing today. So this right here is our sterilization area. So anytime that a patient is treated in the office, infection control and sterilization are an imperative part to that appointment being successful and the patient remaining healthy. So our students get hands-on experience. After they treat a patient chairside, they bring their instruments over for decontamination. From decontamination, they get packaged, and then they go into our sterilizer. And once they're all sterilized, this is the end down here where they get to store the instruments until they're ready for use for the next patient. All right, so this is our dental radiology room. This is where we train our students to be able to take x-rays. X-rays are really important to our industry because they allow us to see what's going on inside of the tooth. We can't see that with our eyes when we're just examining the patient. So we have 3 different types of technology here. We take paper films, which we still sometimes see in offices. The most popular technology that we use is our digital imaging with a sensor. We also have a phosphor plate scanning system, intraoral cameras, and we also get to utilize patient positioning with our PannerX machine. So this machine right here is a x-ray that spins all the way around the head and shows us a complete x-ray of the oral cavity. The most popular type of radiology that we have is our digital imaging. Digital imaging occurs with a sensor. So this is the top thing that we train with. We train our assistants how to be able to utilize the sensor properly in the oral cavity. The next part of our dental assisting program is the actual chairside experience. So our assistants here spend a lot of their time chairside. They learn how to instrument transfer, how to properly place suction, all the different materials that they need to use, they use on a Dexter head. And in non-COVID times, we actually get to practice on each other some. So with the COVID restrictions that are in place, our assistants have to wear KN90 masks that prepares them to go into the workforce for offices so that they can be together in this setting to be able to instrument transfer and place filling material. This is our office. This office is shared with a high school instructor as well as myself. In our office, we do have our mission and vision statement as well as our accreditation certificate. In the dental assisting lab, we have an emergency kit that's readily available for the students if they were to experience anything that they would need to utilize this for. This is the adult dental assisting classroom. This is where you would start your day. We meet in here at 11 a.m. every day to begin lecture. We lecture until the high school students exit the lab and then head over to the dental lab. So the classroom has some really cool components that really help our students prepare for the day. First, we'll start talking about the laptop cart. So each of our students come in every day prepared to learn. They grab a laptop so they can go ahead and get logged on, follow along with the PowerPoints, make their own notes, and also play along with any kind of interactive technology that we may have as far as charting or mounting x-rays or anything like that. Also, we have our Media Resource Center. The students utilize this for projects and for research purposes. We always use Google, but it's always nice to have extra books around. There's some positivity teamwork books down there as well as multiple dental specialty books. Over in the corner, you'll see our newest technology in the classroom. That is our touchscreen television. We utilize this a lot in the dental program for our scheduling. I can pull up our dental software and be able to educate the students on how to properly schedule an appointment, what that looks like, and to look at time management.
My name is Michelle Brady, and I'm in the Adult Dental Assisting Program here at Eastland-Fairfield Career Center. As an adult student, you think a little bit more about where you're going to invest your time and your money. So when I was looking for a program, I wanted to do something that was going to be efficient, but got me out into the field as soon as possible. What I didn't expect was there to be so many resources here at the school when I got here, not just for my education, but for my life beyond the school. Getting an opportunity to visit down at OSU and having extra support through our instructor, Jessica Hamilton, has really let me see a much broader view of what the dental field looks like and where I might want to pursue even after this. It's definitely been a good stepping stone for me. As someone who's switching career paths, I wasn't really sure what facet of the industry I would want to get into, but it's given me a broad view. Getting to work in the dental laboratory has offered me opportunities to try things like constructing models and building dentures. Getting to be in the operatories and learning radiology has shown me a completely different side of the field I never considered before. I'm really looking forward to seeing what kind of adaptations they make in the future to grow the program and maybe expand it out into some of the specialties, but it's been a good experience so far.
Okay, so this is our main office at our Fairfield Career Center campus. This is typically used for the high school students, but obviously with our 2 adult programs here, if there's ever a need Our instructors can come down here and use this space. If there's an emergency or anything, the instructor can call the main office here and get information very quickly, or if there's, like say, an emergency situation, they can make a phone call for us. All of our emergency medical forms would be through this office. So basically same support as the high school, but for our 2 adult programs. This is the copier room that our instructors have access to as well. We try to have a copier close to their classroom or their lab, but if there's a bigger volume that they need to make, they would typically come up here. We have our mail center here where they receive their mail, interoffice mail, so they can check that on a daily basis. So we share the facility obviously, but we've got the very same support for high school and adult.